Hey guys, Auto-X-tacy here. We're going to do another default loadout and hardpoints video. Today's ship is the RSI Constellation Andromeda. The Andromeda comes with an M64A laser cannon. It's a size 4 on the rear top left. It has another one on the rear top right. It's an M6A laser cannon. They're both on gimbals. Normally the hardpoints are a size 5. These guns are a size 4. If we look on the turrets, the ship has a turret right here in the front. It's got one on the top and one on the bottom. They're both carrying dual size 2 hardpoints that have CF-117 Badger repeaters in them. And then on the rear bottom, on either side, there's another set of M6A laser cannons, and these are actually a size 4, so they're not gimbaled. So when the ship comes default, it's got two guns for the pilot that are gimbaled across the top, and they're actually a size 5 hard point. So you could pull these 4-offs and put 5s up there if you wanted, but then you lose the gimbal. And you can gain gimbals on the bottom, but then you've got to drop in size 3 gimbals, and so you do end up with a size 4. Actually, yeah, a size 4 gimbal, so you can put a size 3 gun on there. But this is the default loadout: 4 M6A laser cannons, 4 CF-117 Badger repeaters, and then in the ordnance, in all those missiles, it's got a total of, I believe it's 28 size 1 missiles, Mark 1 missiles, and I believe 20 size 2 missiles. So you've got a total of 48 missiles, which sounds like a whole lot. Unfortunately, like, the size 1s don't really do a whole lot unless shields are already down, and that goes for the size 2 also. I always recommend knocking shields down before firing off missiles, because otherwise they're nothing more than glorified fireworks. At least in the size 1 and 2 categories. Alright, let's jump into space, take a look at it. The size 2 missiles sometimes can surprise you, but in my experience, unless they've got shields knocked down, they just don't do enough. They're probably fine for a size 2, but if you're looking for that missile that's going to punch through a shield and, you know, do some significant damage afterwards, the size 2s are not it. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So we can zoom in here some on these rear top guns. These are the ones that are gimbaled. And there you got your bottoms under there. Those are the ones that are not gimbaled. And you can see here underneath in the front, you've got a turret on the top, turret on the bottom. They both have pretty good visibility, which is definitely a plus. Okay, let's look at it. All right. Landing gear is kind of interesting. It just pulls up and in the rear there. I just realized this ship is mostly, like, it lands rear end heavy. It balances its whole front end by its rear landing gear. Interesting, there's no front landing gear. That's a pretty long ship for no front landing gear. Alright, so let's see what we got here. You can see those missile launchers there, right there on the top. There's quad ones right there. Those missile racks, they're right there in the center. Slightly arced up, right there by that lighted RSI. They look pretty cool. Alright, here we go. Okay, there's your quads. There's your group 1. Those are your 4 6MAs. You get all 4 of those locked on the target, and that's going to be pretty sweet. Alright. And here we have our cockpit view. I love the cockpits inside these bigger ships like this. They're just, I don't know what it is, but they look so cool. I love all the room, and the screens are just so much more visible than the starfighters, and the view outside, especially on these ships. I mean, yeah, sure, there's some metal and stuff in the way, but really, it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty great. All right, let's put our landing gear back up. Okay, here's what we're actually seeing from the pilot's seat. You can see he's got all kinds of controls, and he's got his co-pilots and stuff next to him, and communications and stuff. And I mean, while there are a fair amount of structural supports here, it's not like there's so much here that you can't see, and it's not a really nice vision. It really still is. I know some people I've heard aren't really pleased with the front ends of these things, and I'm like, you know what, that is such clear visibility compared to looking at a wall or a little tiny, here, we'll give you a 6x6 window, poke your head out that. You know, this is fantastic right here. And you can see all your screens so well. I mean, look at that right there. And you don't want your shields there? That's okay. Maybe you want to see your signatures right there. Maybe what you really want is to be able to see your shields. You want it heads up, like right in front of you. And then maybe over here you want your target. You know, you can put these, I mean, these screens are so much clearer than some of the others. And over here you got another. What else can we put up there? There we go. How much throttle you're running. So you can change these any way you like, but I just love the visibility that's going on up here. And she's a bigger ship, so she's not going to turn on a dime or something like that, you know. You know what's interesting is that I'm shooting these lasers, and I know in the previous default loadout screen, it showed us only 2 were gimbaled. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm seeing 4 lasers that are gimbaled. So I don't know if they're naturally gimbaled without needing the gimbal. Maybe it's naturally built into the ship. Because I got 4 lasers that are all gimbaled here. Okay, and that does make a difference. That's kind of misleading. It makes you think you've only got 2 that are gimbaled when in fact you've got 4. At least for now you got 4. Okay, so let's see what she's got for speed. Alright, she's got a max SCM of 150 and under full throttle. Let's see if we can get this without hitting the edge of the map. Okay, she's got 450. That's 450 max SCM under full afterburner. 150 normal. So she moves. She moves like a ship this size, which is interesting because there are some other ships that are considerable size and they move like starfighters instead of bigger ships. But this one moves pretty well for its size, and it doesn't move too fast. Like I would be like, whoa, that feels way too fast for a ship that size. This one actually feels like it's more on speed. Even when it's rolling, it feels like a ship of this size. Much bigger ship, slower turning, slower rolls. But all right, so there you have it, guys. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, just like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.